Academics. Can't ride no
Clive Davis was asked about Diddy. I keep hearing that name. I mean, I know who he is. Did he ask about Diddy? Get asked about Diddy recently?
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
Puppy. The status of Puppy.
What do you make of that situation? All right. No comment from Clive Davis on P. Diddy. Mr. Davis, you're a major influence on the career of P. Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the federal raid?
Oh, I know this place. What's the name of this place again? Fuck, I've been here before. This is like one of the Illuminati meeting houses, too.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Sean Combs?
Damn, he got his bodyguard right here.
Any comment, Mr. Davis? Any comments about Diddy? He credits you as one of his mentors.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He might have been the one that sacrificed Diddy, man. Apparently, I think Diddy used to say that he got the whole game from Clive Davis. Diddy, Clive Davis.
I'm a monster.
Oh, no. We're getting an ad? Hold on.
I'm a monster. Anyone in the industry really pointing fingers at Diddy until now. Cassie came out and accused Diddy of not only R-wording her and putting his hands on her, but also she claims he turned her into his own personal love slave. Cassie claimed that Diddy would routinely have her participate to settle the lawsuit out of court for an undisclosed amount. It is rumored that this maybe even pneumonia since it worked for the last problem. Diddy is truly a monster and represents everything that's wrong with the music industry. What most people don't know is that Diddy actually had a mentor that molded him into the monster he is today. Most of you should have heard about the powerful music executive Clive Davis and his contribution to hip-hop. Clive Davis was behind artists like TLC, Whitney Houston, and Brandy. Back in the 90s, Clive Davis actually signed Diddy to a label deal for Bad Boys after Diddy convinced him that hip-hop was going to be the next big mainstream music. The story goes, Diddy was fired from Uptown Records and was looking for a new home for his record company Bad Boys. This is when Diddy ended up meeting Clive Davis, who decided to fund Diddy's Bad Boy vision, taking Diddy under his wing and mentoring him. After becoming Clive's prodigy, Diddy became the mega hip-hop executive and mogul he is today, reaching heights he wouldn't be able to without a man like Clive Davis behind him. Now, the industry for many years has been talking about this meeting between Diddy and Clive Davis, claiming that Diddy did way more than just show music to Clive. According to many in the industry, it was believed that in the 1994 meeting, Diddy actually got on his knees for Clive Davis and did some extracurricular activities for him. It is also alleged that Diddy would then end up secretly dating Clive during this time for 5 years. For years, this has remained an unconfirmed industry rumor that no one really had any proof of for the longest. Well, that all changed back in 2013 when Clive Davis himself wrote in his memoir that he was indeed a bi man who was into men and women, openly confessing that he had secretly dated many men within the industry. This, for most, confirmed the rumors that Diddy had to pay a dark price for his success. It appears that Diddy learned all of his dark, shady tactics from his mentor, Clive Davis. Clive Davis took advantage of Diddy, just how Diddy takes advantage of artists today. Some of you should remember the allegations made by Jaguar White against Diddy. She claimed that a former lawyer who worked for Diddy had revealed to her some very disturbing information. Wright said that Diddy had a meeting with singer and New Jack City actor Christopher Williams about possibly signing a demo deal. The attorney in question needed to get approval for some paperwork and went to Diddy's office to speak with him. Jaguar claims the lawyer said the door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in. When she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing a little extra for Diddy. This story by Jaguar Wright, although unconfirmed, was believed by many as they don't put it past Diddy. What gives this story more validation is that Jaguar isn't the only person alleging that Diddy was into these kind of activities. Exhibit also seems to confirm that Diddy gets down like that, even claiming that
You know, I just want to hear about Clive Davis. That's the guy who supposedly is. He's the one.
You know, when Kim was alive, praying with them, doing whatever he had to do to be with them.
To know the truth of the matter, they was the one putting the money behind the engine of Bad Boy until Puff could get up there to Clive Davis. Like the fairy tale they told you that
Why is the screen black?
Could I be attracted to the person and not the gender? And I did find that I could be attracted to a man, while I still am very attracted to a woman.
I know some guys who worked personally with Clive Davis, and they had to leave him before they hurt him.
He was with every chick, every dude, whoever he wanted to be with, you know, when Kim was alive, praying with them, doing whatever he had to do to be with them.
To know the truth of the matter, they was the one putting the money behind the engine of Bad Boy until Puff could get up there to Clive Davis. Like the fairy tale they told you that Clive Davis, you know, saved Puff after he was thrown out of Uptown Records by Andre Harrell. You know, that was a bunch of bullshit, man.
Diddy has always been known for his successful music label, Bad Boy Records. But now an ex-bodyguard has come forward with shocking allegations.
Clive Davis, have they ever had anything past business? I almost wonder, like, well, damn, you know, did they ever have anything sexual? I just wondered that.
Well, Gene's response will totally leave you with no words.
Some guys who worked personally with Clive Davis, and they had to leave him before they hurt him.
Perhaps the key to Diddy's swift rise to the top of the industry at just 23 years old lies in his close relationship with music industry big name Clive Davis. While Clive Davis has earned a reputation for his successful music productions, he's now being discussed more for his personal life and sexuality. After 2 failed marriages, Clive embarked on a journey of self-discovery to explore his attraction to men.
I opened up myself after the failure of my second marriage, never having had anything with a man, to see, could I be attracted to the person and not the gender?
This soul-searching made him realize that he isn't as straight as he had imagined himself to be for 50 years of his life.
And I did find that I could be.
You straight for 50 years and you start thinking you should try dick?
Attracted to a man, while I still am very attracted to a woman.
After Clive had this realization, he decided he was at that point in his life where he wanted to be with a man.
In 1990, he entered into a monogamous relationship with an unnamed male doctor. That relationship ended in 2004.
Clive says he's never been ashamed of being attracted to men. I never felt shame. No, I felt puzzled. The subject of bisexuality really needs much more discussion. It's a status that does exist. After this, he got into another monogamous relationship with a man that continues to this date. After years of speculation, it's clear now that this mystery man is none other than Diddy.
P. Diddy, known as Puff Daddy, known as Sean Combs. Allegedly in 1994, Sean Combs requested doing sexual favors for Clive Davis so that Bad Boy Records could be what it is.
Rumors about how Diddy's music career took off have circulated for years, but recent revelations suggest that apparently Clive funded Bad Boy by receiving sexual favors from Diddy. As you know now that Diddy claimed to have given sexual favors to keep Bad Boy Records floating at the top has further helped prove these suspicions. People also have certain claims about how Diddy's record company made it big in the industry. For decades, people have talked about how Diddy got his 1994 deal by being on his knees for Clive Davis. While Clive has confirmed that he has a partner who attends events and travels with him, he's not disclosed their identity. However, it's noteworthy that Diddy is often seen with Clive at various events.
With that being said, if you pay attention to a lot of pictures, especially with Clive and Diddy, Diddy is in a lot of places that Clive is in.
Now, being at the same events might not necessarily be a confirmation in itself, but Clive and Diddy both being gay, both attending the same events regularly, while being incredibly close, does say a lot.
They've been close for a number of years. Diddy first came around him in the early 90s, right around the time to when he entered another relationship with an unnamed male.
Diddy and Clive have had a close relationship for years, and there has been a long-standing rumor that they may be romantically involved. Clive, who is openly gay and in a monogamous relationship, has not denied these rumors, and Diddy's never responded to them. The fact that Clive has been open about his sexuality and relationships lends credibility to these rumors. Diddy first met Clive when he was just 23 years old, and he impressed the music industry legend with his ideas for hip-hop. Clive was looking for an artist who could connect with everyday people, and he found what he was looking for in Diddy. Puffy was 23 years old, and I knew the artist that I had. Aretha, Dionne, Whitney was one-of-a-kind music, Davis says. LaFace ushered in blue-collared R&B at its height. But sensing the hip-hop revolution, both L.A. Reid and I agreed that we could use someone really attuned to the street. You gotta know what you can do for yourself, and you gotta know when you need to look to other people. At that time, Diddy worked under Andre Harrell at Uptown Records, but things turned out quickly for him now that he had met Clive Davis. He managed to impress Clive with his words, as Clive recalls. When I met with Puffy, he articulated that hip-hop should be part of the top 40 mainstream, and that the business would change in the future. And I said, what have you got to illustrate that point? And he played me Craig Mack's Flavor in Your Ear. And he played me the then unknown artist that he felt and believed so strongly. He played me 4 or 5 cuts from Notorious B.I.G. This was enough to sell his vision to Clive, as he immediately told Diddy that it proved his point. I said, okay, you proved your point. That's when I introduced him to the weekly, what we called singles meetings. I introduced him to an exec.
All right, man, that's that Illuminati gay shit, man. All right, whatever.